All right, guys, so I wanted to make a quick video of what it took for me to get the new 6-pot, 2-pot STI calipers on my WRX. So I have a GR, so that's an 08 to 14, and I was hyped to know that you could bolt these calipers right up to my WRX because it's really a weak point for the car, in my opinion. Pretty straightforward and easy to actually install them. I haven't seen anyone do it yet, so I just wanted to make a quick video of how you can actually pull this off. So let me show you a picture of the front. So see in the front, everything just kind of bolts right up. What you do need to get though are these rotors. So these are the same ones that you could put on a new STI, but they're cross drilled. So if you can see here, there's dual patterns. So this is the spacer I have in here, but you can see the rotors are drilled for 5x114 and 5x100. So you can actually get those on fastwrx.com, and I'll link down to the parts that I used for this in the description. So basically you need this specialty cross-drilled rotor, and you need the STI, see if you can see it back here. I got the STI brake lines that go with this year caliper. The other thing I had to do was cut the heat shield a little bit. You take some tin snips and cut the heat shield right around here. Can't really see it, but it got in the way, interference of the caliper. So I haven't driven yet, but at the end I'll show my sort of first impressions of what it's like driving with it. I hope it's great. If you have a WRX, a GR, you know that the brakes are a definite weak point. If you're doing some straight line daily driving, not a big deal, but if you're doing some canyon carving and really pushing the car hard, you'll see that the brakes really need some upgrading. So I got mine used. You can get a really good deal if you just look around eBay and get these for a really good price. Let me show you the rear now. The rear, same story. So you just get these cross-drilled rotors for 5x114 and 5x100. FastWRX.com sells them all. Again, I'll link out to them. What you got to watch out for here when you start thinking about changing the rear brakes on the WRX is making sure that the parking brake still works. So the parking brake actually uses the inside of this drum to work, but luckily FastWRX.com offers a solution so that very easily you just bolt on the rotor, your parking brake still works, and you're able to run these brand new huge STI calipers. Again, the same in the back here. I do a little trimming of the dust shield and also running the new STI brake lines. And I'll link out to everything you need in the description. One other thing I want to mention is I just use some simple tin snips to trim the dust shield. That got in a little bit of interference with the caliper. Very easy. You just put those on, a couple snips, and you got the clearance you need. So another thing to keep in mind is your wheel specs. So for the WRX, it's pretty easy to clear those small calipers that it came with. So I was running 18 by 9.5 plus 38 all the way around on a 265 tire. And these will not clear that at all. I'm running such a small caliper with the WRX to this huge STI caliper. I was actually able to get away with running my wheels. All I had to do, this is just a 5mm spacer here. I'm running that and then everything clears just fine. I did have to roll my fenders front and rear though to run my wheel specs. It is possible to run wheels that do clear the brakes and you don't have to roll your fenders. But I just like I have RPF ones, they're super light, I love how they look, so I rolled the fenders to make them work. I'm gonna give my driving impressions in just a minute, but this should be a huge difference. These new calipers are huge, and actually the rear rotor on this setup is bigger than the front rotor from the previous generation STI. So when I say previous generation, let's say like a 2016 that came with the black calipers. The rear rotor on this is bigger than the front one on those cars. So it's a huge upgrade. See if you can find them cheap, and then you just need a few of the parts that I mentioned. I'll link them out in the description, and you're ready to rip. So go have fun, and I hope this helps you guys.